Today on AlphaMail Mondays, we're going to talk about Meghan and Harry's viral interview, the flu, Q, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, RIP, and ICU. In the Hollywood Shuffle, Coming to America movie review. Peace, power, and positive vibes. Yours truly here again, to fear none, with Culture Rich TV in the back here. Say what's up, my brother.
Yes, brother. What's happening?
Everything and nothing at the same time. That's how we maintain the balance. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications, superscribe, matter of fact. And this is the way we keep it superior style with a smile every single time. Now, getting right into it. We have a few things to discuss today. Number one, I always get into the thing with the UFC or some type of fight review or but that's not what we're doing today. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Now this guy, in my opinion, easily top 2 or top 3 best middleweight champions of all time.
Amazing fighter.
This guy's story is, I don't know why there's not a movie about him. There should have been several movies about him.
There will be.
There will be, but we're supposed to, as Nori would say on his podcast, give them their flowers while they can sniff them. Give them a drink while they can drink it. And unfortunately, and my condolences to his family and anybody that he's attached to. And I know that there's a lot of fans out here who are feeling it. Now, I'm not really good at this type of stuff. I had a passing in my family recently, my grandmother, and this podcast here is dedicated to her, Gertrude Thomas, my mom's mother, and wonderful soul. I'm not really good at this stuff, but realistically now, when I started looking into Marvelous Marvin Hagler, marvelous, superior.
That's quite the name. Yeah. Man.
Thomas Hearns, the hitman, on his latest Instagram post, he has a picture of Marvin Hagler.
So those two had one of the greatest fights
ever
of all time. Yeah.
Ever.
And he posted him on his...
Well, so far, I time is not, this GOAT stuff is very interesting to me because of all time is not finished yet, so It's kind of weird. But up to what I've seen, that third round, man, but... Tommy Hearns, he made a post and said that Marvin Hagler was in the ICU suffering from the side effects of COVID vaccinations. I call it the covaks.
So he was...
The covaks. He got a vaccination.
Okay.
So what? So Hank Aaron, this guy is a guy that, beacon of athleticism. Tommy Hearns, beacon of athleticism. And both took the vaccine and both are gone now. I don't know what more it's going to take. Okay? I don't know what more it's going to take. There are so many countries right now. There's a list of countries right now that you could look at. There's at least 14 countries. I think maybe 10 of them are in Europe right now that have said, AstraZeneca, middle finger. Okay? You're not dealing with it because it's... I made a post, or not a post, I made a video, but I didn't post it because it's just I'm not Jamaican, so I don't like to say it like that. But I was like, breaking news. Yeah, don't make fun of me, all right?
No,
this is how I was going to... Breaking news. Several European nations have suspended the use and distribution of the AstraZeneca vaccine to blood clot. Literally, because of a blood clot. The blood clot.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Blood clots.
AstraZeneca. Ireland was the latest one to say they're not doing it.
Bro, there's 14 countries right now.
There's a lot of people.
There's 14.
There's a lot of people. You ever heard about this thing called vaccine envy?
No.
All right. So this is...
Well, actually, I know what it is.
Right,
but
so obviously you can put together.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of AM radio. FM
so do
radio.
I. So do I. So do I.
All right. So
we're not going to big up their stations, though.
No.
Until they big up my station.
No.
Right?
So the man on there talking about, I want a vaccine. I need
Bad.
a vaccine. I see these people with vaccines and I talking about vaccine and we trying to program the people that.
But why? But the reason why is because nobody wanted the vaccine. So when nobody wanted the vaccine, they said, "Oh, shortage of vaccines," so that you can get people. What? This is shortage of vaccines. I want mine now.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to stop the nonsense? Do you know how easy it is?
How do you stop the nonsense?
It's really easy, bro. Like, now, there's things that people have, they want to march, protest, go to war, just open up. There's a lot of things you can do. But all you have to do to stop this madness is just do the same thing you did the day before you ever heard of COVID. You just do the same thing you did. You wake up, go to work, wake up, open your store, wake up, just do your thing the same way you did it. And if you did that, there's nothing that the hires could say about it. There's nothing they can do about it. So it's unfortunate that so many people have to die for this plan to be pushed forward. But
it is a plan. I'm with that.
It's a plan that they're pushing forward.
Gotta be.
Now, back when I was in high school, university, I remember seeing a document by the UN. And in that, they had said something about Gaddafi being the greatest threat to Western civilization. And that if Africa unites or something like that, it was something along those lines. But in the document, it said something regarding the date 2042. And the amount, actual population of Caucasian people would be too small to sustain itself after that date.
Even Gaddafi himself said, we don't have to fight Europe. We can just, in 50 years, it'll all be Muslims. That's what he said. I think he should have never said that shit.
But that's what gets you off. And that's another thing that, let's get into this quickly. Just so we can see where your boy Nafir Nunn comes from, okay? And what kind of school I come from. Yeah, I went to the top schools in the nation. Yeah, okay, whatever. But I also hang with some G's. All right? And you see, if you're running turf, okay? If you're running turf, there's no way that you're going to let some guy from the outside come in and eat your food. There's no way you're going to let that happen, okay? So we're talking about a corner, a block. You know what I mean? What about if you're talking about a city, a country? You think those guys who run that are just gonna let you just come in and just do whatever?
Your black unity.
And you're just gonna come in and just do whatever.
We're gonna talk about that in the Hollywood Shuffle. I can't wait to talk about the Fred Hampton because it kind of ties in what you're saying.
It does tie into that, but more along the lines of movements that movements that happen now, organic movements. Some are staged movements, whatever movements. Now, there's many different groups that think that they move autonomously and that they are sovereign and that they can do whatever the hell but they're not a threat. And if you were a threat, they'll come and off you. They just turn the channel. You know what I mean? It's not you anymore, bro. All you are is white noise. That's what it is now. Shh. You know what I mean? There's nothing else for you here, bro, on the planet. They just remove you from planet Earth, disappearing, vanishing, rubbished. You know what I mean? So, a man like Gaddafi, he had a nation, an army, intelligence, security, and a bag of money. And when he became a real threat, they just said, go out there and use a liquid paper. We gotta just get that out of here.
How did he get power though, Gaddafi?
You know how he got power, bro. From what I know, he got power through them.
Well, there you go.
Right? But he got power through them and he kind of switched it on them.
Oh,
same like Idi Amin.
It's the same thing.
There's a lot of guys that do it. But see in Nigeria? Okay, sorry, what were you going to say, bro?
It's the same thing like Hollywood, bro. Until you stop listening, you get off. You get canceled or cancel culture or whatever. It's the same thing.
Unless you have...
Gaddafi got canceled. The cancel culture got him.
Sort of. What
was the first thing they did to Gaddafi? Oh, he's a terrorist. He's a
No, the first thing they did to him was put him in power.
Well, I mean, to bring him down, the first thing they did was sway public opinion,
right?
Public opinion against him. And we don't understand. Anyway, we can get into the simplicity of how we can get...
But you see, in Libya and the surrounding African nations, they didn't think about him the same way that we think about him here. quote unquote. But it didn't matter.
Exactly.
Because they're gonna go over there and pluck you.
Yeah.
And they dragged that bro to the streets like he was a nothing. You're a nothing right now, okay? They dragged him through the streets, had people just busting him.
So then what are we supposed to do, Reggie?
So,
if a man like that went against the government,
so this
and he had everything.
It's not about what are we supposed to do.
Yeah.
I would never talk about that here. You would have to come and see me in person and we could discuss that. And guess what, bros? If you really want solutions, because I do have several, and you Culture Rich, you've heard me talk in private, you know what I mean? So you know I have several solutions and solutions that are viable. Okay, all right? If you really want that info, I want money. Because I'm not going to be a martyr. I'm not going to just sit down here.
You're going to be a martyr, but you won't be a broke martyr.
I ain't going to be no martyr either. Bro, you think if I'm, see even Nick Cannon, okay? Nick Cannon. Talking to you right now, okay? And other people that are in positions that they can actually influence people, okay? And that have money, all right? Take what I'm saying very seriously, and I'm not playing right now. Yeah, a lot of times we joke around and shit, but I'm not playing right now, okay? I'm talking directly to you guys, okay? If you are really planning on doing a thing, like you know what I'm saying when I'm saying doing a thing, there are people that you can hire. Military, ex-military, okay? To stand guard and be in front, sides and back and all diagonals of you at all times. And you might have to pay them a couple million a year total or whatever. But you'll still be alive and you'll be able to do what you need to do. Why do you think Farrakhan's still around? There are a lot of groups that are out here that have a substantial following, or maybe people that are trying to learn more information about things, and the information is good, but you guys have to be careful, okay, out here. And that's why I don't try to profess to be a leader or anything like that. And yeah, I can do lectures and I have information, but the reason why is because look, if you're a real threat, they take care of you immediately. If you're a real threat, so all these guys that are out here professing all this stuff, right? Like if they're not real threats. That's why they're out here being able to talk all this stuff. All right, so just chess all day, play or be played. You know what I mean? So, like, just be careful. The information is very good. A lot of it is actually real information, but it's not applicable. It's not useful here right now until you have certain things in place. So you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You want to make sure that the cart is behind the horse so you can drag the cart where you need to drag the cart. So that's that for that. Now, there's a viral interview that's circulating. Well, obviously, if it's circulating it's viral circulating, right? So, Meghan and Harry, okay, the Meg, okay. Now, breaking news: the British monarchy may actually be racist.
What? No.
Should I even continue? Like okay, now number one,
is Meghan even black?
Yeah. Listen, let's not do this. Let's not do this. Okay.
Sorry.
I can get triggered because you see, I deal with like chemistry and bio and stuff and like, you know, genetics and stuff like that. I'm not an expert, but her mother's black. And you see her child, if she had a child with a black dude, her child would be like blackity black. Okay.
So what did you think of the interview though?
What did I think of the reviews of the interview?
Yeah, I guess the reviews. I never watched
You think I'm going to give that time?
I didn't even watch it myself.
This woman here, in my opinion, when I saw her on Suits, is probably one of the most attractive girls that I've seen.
I like Meghan Markle.
I think she's beautiful. I think that girl is gorgeous. Like, if she was dark, light, orange colored, red colored, green colored, whatever color her face would be, her features are gorgeous.
All right, you like Meghan Markle.
I think she's gorgeous. I think that woman is gorgeous. Okay? Well, listen, people can say whatever they want, but you see, ruler of free world, like the real rulers, the real blue bloods, man said, oh, who are my subjects? Who are my lands? Who's the best thing in my lands? Let me survey my lands. That one. I'm getting that one.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So she's a top one. She's a good one, man.
All right.
But now, have you ever seen her with a black guy ever in your life, bro? She's done several movies. She's never been linked romantically to a black guy. I can't remember her ever being romantically linked to a black guy ever.
You know which white guy she did date? I didn't know.
No. I don't care.
No. Hold on.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
I'm asking you which black guy she dated.
I don't know her history, but I've never seen her with a black man to my.
So which white guy now? Okay, so which?
Well, you know that, bro. That's why you're saying that, but so the whole controversy now.
And when I say white guy, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like we say, I'm a black guy, like whatever. So white guy. Yeah.
All right, so the whole controversy got spicy for me when I heard that she went on a date with Pierce Morgan. You know the guy that stormed off the set because he was upset that they were just getting at him.
She went on a date?
They went out to dinner, right?
She went to dinner
with this guy.
With Pierce Morgan?
Wait, no. So then after she went out to dinner now.
So she just likes ugly white guys?
Just cool out. I didn't say it. So she likes money. That's what she likes. She's a smart. So, wait, let me finish.
Fair.
So then he said,
that's your type? That's your type?
They had a great time.
I should have shot my shot. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, man. Like, I'm kidding. You know what I'm kidding.
Hear me. So he's like, oh, they had a good time. They talked and the vibes was good. And then, you know, she went home or whatever. Next day he's at a party. That's when she shows up. Or that's the party that she met my boy.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah. So ever since that, he's been salty. But this man's supposed to be married. I don't understand.
Okay, Pierce Morgan is supposed to be married?
I don't know if he's married, but is he?
Okay, so I don't know. I don't follow Pierce Morgan. Like, Pierce Morgan, bro? Like, sorry. Now, sometimes when my good esteemed brethren say things to me, my face, I can't help it, guys. Okay, so, you know, but now, realistically, Meghan knows what she got herself into. Sure. She knows 100% what it's like. And for her to be surprised, for Oprah to be surprised, for anybody to be surprised that the British monarchy, the colonials, the one who went and destroyed all the ethnic nations, the reason why we're called ethnic is because of these guys. All right? And then you're going to say that he's racist? I would have never.
Well, Harry's the one in the Nazi uniform.
And he's in the Nazi uniform 3 years before, 4 years before. And I would have never thought that. Okay, so obviously what this is game. Mm-hmm. This is game.
Pure game.
And so she now, Meghan Markle, because I'm if you
Test
go back
all day, play or be played.
If you go back to my older videos, you'll see that I spoke about this.
Yo, I remember that.
And I said that Meghan Markle, she's a tool being used right now. Yeah. And that Harry's going to divorce her at a certain point and enter back into the royal family. Of course. Okay? And so these things that you're seeing unfold right now are part of that program. Okay? But she's still playing ball so she doesn't get Prince Diana.
She got hired. She's a hired
She doesn't want to be Princess Diana.
Shit.
Okay?
Is that a term?
It is now. Now fear not superior statements. Okay? So realistically,
well, what are they distracting us from? What happened to the pedophile virgin? What happened to the pedophile cousin?
Now,
is it a cousin?
There's Prince Andrew or whatever. Yeah. But okay, now that stuff there, since the new election campaign and all that, the new inauguree or whoever you want to call him.
The new president.
These guys are not president of nothing. No. These guys are just figureheads. They all have owners and they all have, you know what I mean? So to me, I don't really care about who the guy is.
They have the same
whatever handler. Guy is. Okay, now, on Facebook, and I'll be doing this periodically. On Facebook, I have my little posts here and there. And there's a lot of them that I'll say a statement and it's kind of vague. So you'll have one that says, if you stare at a tree, you may miss the forest. Now, this is what this is. Mm. So they put these people in front of us, commonly known as scapegoats, so that we focus our attention there. So that the people that are right in our peripheral can continue the effery. Mm. And so you don't want to just keep looking at the guy. You want to make sure that you understand the flex. So that whoever's put into the position is that this flex is flexing. You know what I mean? So I don't know exactly what's happening at this juncture. There's a bunch of laws being passed. So I don't know exactly what they're distracting us from. but they're distracting us from something.
Yeah.
And in
it's
my opinion,
uncle, bro.
I don't think it's a pedophile uncle. To be honest with you, to me the pedophile thing is $1 billion trillion ring, and you ain't stopping that, dog.
Come on, bro.
Okay, you ain't stopping that. Well, you think, okay, so my brother, you're wearing an Adidas sweater. That's pretty fresh. I like it. Okay, I'm wearing Hard Dough, and Hard Dough we sell at our store. Big up Hard Dough Productions, bread man. See it right now. You see, unfortunately, even in these, okay, black-owned brand, non-black-owned brand, but we got to do our 1-2s here and there, right? But you see, how many tears are in each stitch? How many tears? 1,000? 100? 10? It's tears in every single stitch, okay? You think those kids are just stitching clothes? You really think those kids are just stitching clothes? So they leave the factory.
All those factory.
You think, they just work in a factory, right, bro? You know what I mean? So it's like, these kids are getting, you know what I mean? Okay. So that industry ain't, the highlight to it, the Pizzagate, the Pope, that's that for that. In other news, Kirk Franklin is on fire. I don't know what took place. I don't know. Okay. And to be honest with you, Kirk Franklin has a couple bad songs though still. He has a couple bad songs.
Yeah,
he's like a Diddy front. And to me, I used to this. I was the worst. Like my family will tell you. If you ever talk to them, they'll tell you I was the worst. Everybody was a Pope. What? You listen to that? Yeah, Pope. Like that was me for many years.
And you follow the Pope.
Nah, you're a Pope. I'm calling you a Pope because the Popes are not. Anyway, so I was never into gospel music, but I'm into music. I'm a musician myself, and if I hear something good, it's good. And I heard a couple songs by this guy, and it's like these songs are wicked. And if you go into the gospel realm, you'll find some of the best musicians on the planet. Straight vocalists, the best on the planet. Okay. However, his son. Carrion. So Kirk, first off, why did you name your son Carrion? You know what carrion is?
What is carrion?
You know the things that vultures eat, the scavengers, they eat the carrion. I don't know why you named your son that and are treating him like the carrion now. But honestly, he's raised up his kid on some audio thing.
Okay, if you think I'm reading this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting some shit that's disrespectful, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. Because I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old. I will punch your neck, nigga. Don't you ever disrespect me. I did it.
Remember the Alec Baldwin? Same kind of stuff?
No, what happened to Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, Alec Baldwin, man. His daughter must have recorded him
racing her up.
It's all MF.
I haven't went that hard with my daughter.
No, MF.
I went hard with my daughter before. Who the F and who the no swearing.
Oh, I never hit them with swearing.
My daughter's 22, eh?
Oh yeah, your daughters are
my youngest one is 17. They got a couple F notes, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A, B, C, D, E, F. You got an F. You know what I mean? Note. So it's not like a thing where I don't really fault parents necessarily for getting hype with their kids.
So who you faulting, the boy?
You put this out there, bro. Don't be a claffy, eh? Carrion, you're moving like carrion right now. Don't be a claffy, bro. You know what kind of empire your dad established, man?
So what, you rate Kirk Franklin? He's your boy?
Yeah, sure.
You have albums on your Spotify?
Sure, bro. I don't even listen to no
listen,
bro, if I walk into a church at Bundown, they know how I move already. You know what I mean? They can't bring me in a church, bro. Why do you think I was calling people a pope as a derogatory term?
Hold on. If you walk into the church
bun down.
You don't bun down the church?
The church, bro. You think that inanimate structures have more power than the God? Come on. You know what I mean?
You're saying
I only acknowledge the God because I acknowledge the God and I acknowledge the God.
God and all of us, of course.
Right? But yeah, so like Kirk Franklin, regardless of what, man, like whatever. You built up a dynasty right now.
Let me say this. Kirk Franklin is using Christianity. I'm not questioning whether he's a good Christian, bad Christian, and all that. But to my thinking, and I'll speak for myself only, Christianity is a ploy against black, melanated, whatever you want to call yourself, people of African descent. And he's using it and benefiting from it by selling it. Well, that's my opinion.
Fair.
I might be wrong.
No, you're not wrong. I think you're absolutely correct.
Right.
But I challenge you to find any religious structure that is not taking advantage of people, whether it be melanated or non-melanated people. And in my opinion, I call it Judeo-Chrislam. Okay? So it's Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And all three are the same shit, but different toilets. And if you want to eat the bullshit, at least buy black. At least buy black. So I have no problem with Kirk Franklin scamming people with the Christian religion, because guess what? You see, Joel Osteen?
Who's that now? Oh yeah, I know Osteen.
Bill Burr said it the best, bro. That guy can't even keep his eyes open when he's talking the shit. He's like, oh, well, because he can't even do. This guy can't even keep his eyes open. He's full of shit. Okay? So all that stuff, to me, just like
so
politics,
you're saying buy black.
Do you remember what I said before? Buy black. Yeah. If you're gonna buy the Christianity thing, the Islam thing, the Judaism thing, the Hinduism thing, the Sikhism thing, anything, just buy the black one. Buy the black one. If you want, you know what I mean? Like whatever. Because you're gonna give your money to who? Who are you gonna? You're giving it away anyway, so give it to the black guy. Why not? Right? So I don't really have no problem with those structures. My cousin told me many years ago. This is many years ago. He was like, "Yeah, but I think I go start that church." You know, I was like, "Bro, you can't start a church." These times I was still a little bit indoctrinated. I hadn't graduated this yet, right? So like I'm still like, graduated religion. So I'm still like, bro, you can't just use God and make money from God. He's like, well, boy, at least I be telling them the truth. I can be telling them something good. Boy, after I get some money, what you think this is? And I'm like, bro, sure. He was the coldest one. Like, and he was younger than me. And like when he came with that, I was like, bro, you're out of your mind. Several years later, I'm like, this guy got the play. He understands the flex.
Yeah,
this is real. This is flexing. You know what I mean? This is flexing. Man. So whatever. But Kirk Franklin, I don't really care. However, you are a black man out here doing things. I'm sure you are helping black people.
I'm not trying to tear down Kirk Franklin.
No, I don't tear down no black people in front of black people. Yeah. I'm not tearing down no black people.
Yeah.
But you see, at the same time, I didn't call his son a Claffy, I said to his son, don't be a Claffy.
Right.
Okay? Because you see, there's certain things that are bigger than us. And Kirk Franklin's movement is bigger than him.
That's true.
Right? And see, these are things where he has more children, and there's so many people that are eating and actually have good intentions. And those intentions will save them. Like, regardless of what, at the end of the line, those intentions will save them. So, to me, don't discredit and dishonor your mother and father, so your days will be long in the land. See, I do know my Bible. I do know my Bible. And Mom, that was for you. That was for you, Mom. Okay, so that's that for that. Speaking about organizations that deal with a lot of empty promises and wait till you die to get the reward stuff,
QAnon.
Mr. Q. Now, QAnon, you need to stop, man. You need to stop.
Don't say that name too much, you get the algorithm.
Oh, the algorithm?
Algorithm.
View for that?
Of course. That's a trigger word.
So we'll just say Q then.
Q.
All right? So Q. But the only Q that I really respect, you know which Q I respect?
Q-tip.
Oh, yeah, I respect him too. But I mean just Q. Just Q.
Who that?
Q. From Star Trek Next Generations. The one who used to battle with Picard. That's Q that I respect. This Q that we're talking about here. Now, before, there was a group called Anonymous. And Anonymous, they took their Q from a movie. Okay?
Well done.
Called, sometimes it just happens. But I told you, man, I can even make it rhyme. Like, V for Vendetta.
Okay.
They took their cue from V.
It's a good movie. Hey, I like that movie. What are you saying about the movie, though?
Movie's good.
Great movie.
It's good.
Great.
Good. Anyway, so now in that movie there, they had a figure, and that figure's mask is the mask that they use for the anonymous movement.
Yeah.
The anonymous movement kind of just fizzled out, and then Trump came into office, and then now there's Q Anon. What does Anon usually stand for? Anonymous. So then now what? So Q Anonymous and anonymous with just another letter. They could have put P, they could have put S, they could have put whatever.
Q.
But they put Q. And so now there's a bunch of rhetoric that they've been telling us Trump's gonna do this and Kennedy's not dead and a whole bunch of nonsense, man. Like,
so conspiracy theories only?
It's not, to me, that's not even conspiracy theory. That's just other game. That's just controlled opposition. To me, that's not even like, and it's such a simple game.
Controlled opposition.
But it's a simple game. That game ain't no superior game. And I'm used to playing, like, the chess you used to see Captain Kirk playing with Spock back in the 60s.
With the Star Trek.
We're talking about Q. So back in the 60s, they made Star Trek. And in Star Trek, they have flip phones. Okay, so, and they have USB cards. So in Star Trek now, they played a chess game where it had several levels. It was multi-layered. Okay?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. They used to play it in the deck and
That's
in the
right.
restaurant.
That's right. And Spock couldn't beat Captain Kirk. And Spock is the guy. But Captain Kirk did things that were like unconventional. That's why he would win.
It's a human
aspect. Defying certain pieces of logic.
So QAnon is what now?
But this thing here is take your X's and O's off the chessboard. This ain't tic-tac-toe. This is multi-layered chess. Yes, you can play tic-tac-toe on a chessboard. But this ain't tic-tac-toe. This ain't even checkers. This ain't drafts, no. This is chess, multi-layered chess. And this game that they're running is too simple for me. All of my friends that kept telling me about the Q drops, I was like, Q is dropping the ball at the end of the day.
So what were some of the Q drops of what they said?
Well, okay, the latest one was March 4th. It just happened.
I did hear about that.
And what, the re-inauguration of Donald Trump was supposed to...
I didn't see no inauguration.
Stop it, man. Stop it. And okay, I get it. Money's money, right? So you're getting donations or whatever. You might have been up to let's say you had 2 million followers. You're down to, let's say, 400,000. And still, if you get $1 a month from the 400,000, you're still baking. You're still caking. You're still doing okay, right? So I get it. But general public, come on now, all right? Come on now. Chicken Little, they have a saying in Jamaica and a saying in Trinidad. The one in Jamaica starts with duppy, and this one in Trinidad starts with monkey. And so duppy knows if frightened, and the monkey knows which tree to climb. Okay? So they gonna keep climbing that tree and swinging and doing Tarzan off it as long as you let them, all right? But when they know that you can't be dealt with in that manner, they don't even look at your tree no more. They go to a next one. So time for us to say, yo, we're not the tree for you. This bark is too rough. And this bark might bite. So that's that for that. In other news, we have the wife of a rocker that I really enjoy in the news. Trending right now. Now, the rocker I'm speaking about, you'd be like, this guy likes a rocker? No, it's not Jimi Hendrix. I like him a lot too. But it's Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath lead frontman himself.
Ozzy Osbourne, the man that bit the head off the bat?
Yeah. I like that guy a lot.
So he's the reason for a coronavirus.
That's right. That's right. People get upset about bat eating or man biting off the head of a bat at a concert. But you can go get bat soup at a store. Anyway. So, for me, why are you killing dogs and eating dogs? You kill cows. Anyway. So, Sharon Osbourne. She was defending Mr. Piers Morgan. Piers, were we just talking about Piers?
Piers Morgan.
Piers?
Date night Piers.
With Meghan Markle, right? He was supposed to Meghan Markle was trying to date Pierce, right?
Yeah.
Pierce.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Pierce.
She's a pimp, bro. She knows what she's doing.
Pierce.
She found the prince, not no top-ranking news official.
Pierce. Prince. Close. It's close. She was looking for a prince and got a Pierce. Pierce? Why didn't you just deal with Rush Limbaugh?
Rush Limbaugh.
John Goodman. Like, what are you like? That's your type, Megan? That's your type.
It was a friendly date.
That's your type.
Anyway, yeah.
Megan, that's your type? Bro. Bro. Anyway, so now Sharon Osbourne is getting harshly criticized. She's getting roasted in social media right now because she was trying to defend Piers Morgan because he made some disparaging remarks about the interview and said that Meghan basically, I figure, is full of crap.
Mm.
And then now Sharon wanted the definition of racism from her co-host Cheryl Underwood.
And what did Sharon? What did
I don't watch them things there, bro. I'm just saying what I read. Okay, but Cheryl. If you didn't slap her off camera, if you didn't off camera, so Sharon Osbourne, or should I say Miss Mother Cunt, okay? Playing dumb is your specialty. We have known for a long time. The movie Get Out has highlighted the fact that the playing dumb angle, because people thought Get Out was about a few other things, but if you go back, I discussed this already.
Mm.
The playing dumb, that is the main tool that a lot of these pundits use to get you to spin yourself out, to get you to punch yourself out, to get you to be distracted and go on to tangents that are non-consequential, non-substantial to deal with what we're dealing with right now. Mm-hmm. You don't know what racism is? No? Okay. So the British monarchy, breaking news, as I said, is racist. We don't wait for the pencil to float. We don't wait for the pen to float. These things are things that we already know. We know these things already. We know it's going to drop to the ground. We know that the British monarchy is racist. We know. So for you to be assuming that we're going to be so stupid and naive to believe that you are shocked that the British monarchy is racist, that Oprah Winfrey is shocked that the British monarchy is racist. So are you shocked that water is wet? Are you shocked that shit falls when you let it go? No? Story up, bud. And that's that. For that. Sharon... No, that's not that for that yet. Sorry, no, Sharon. Miss Mother Cunt. Miss Mother Cunt. I know I did that, but it's things though. Sharon. Middle fingers up. You're not getting past this one. Your husband still gets the ratings. Shut up. Go make me a sandwich.
What the?
That's that for that. Today, in the Hollywood Shuffle, 3 movies we're going to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
First, we're going to deal with the one that's getting a lot of attention right now. Eddie Murphy. One of the greatest. Mm-hmm. One of the greatest.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
One of the GOATs so far. Coming to America. Mm-hmm. Now, for nostalgic reasons, this movie employed a lot of actors that I like seeing in movies. Yeah. And there were a lot of moments. Like touching moments, especially if you have children. I have daughters.
Okay.
And I found it very touching. There was a lot. Confession.
Okay.
Since I had daughters, I watch movies and I tear up easy.
Man, what's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's easy for me to see the daughter say something like that.
Scary movies, you get scared.
Well, scary movies is different. I love seeing the blood and guts. Don't show me the touching stuff between daddy and daughter, or son and daddy.
There was a nice scene in there.
There's a lot of scenes in there where it's like they're touching scenes. There are moments. There's a lot of moments in there.
All right, let me say this before you continue. Coming to America, the first Coming to America is literally my favorite movie. Ask my family, my friends, my kids.
It's your favorite movie for real?
Of all time. I think it's the greatest movie ever made. People laugh and think it's foolishness, but
I disagree. I think it's a great movie.
Great movie.
But not of all
Anyway,
time.
so when I heard they're making a part 2...
Not anyway. But yeah, we'll go.
But anyway, when I heard they're making a part 2, I already submitted to myself that it wasn't going to live up to that one. It's going to be a bit of corniness and modern stuff that's not going to make me...
I didn't.
Not that they're going to ruin it, but I knew...
Honestly, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't think so. You know why?
I thought so. Shit.
Because you took, 30 years to make it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. 30 years.
So you took 30 years to make it, and you didn't perfect all the themes that you needed to perfect?
But times change, man. They're trying to go with the times as well.
Sure, but
okay, of course, you can't make your movie from 2010, like, you know what I mean?
CL Smooth and Pete Rock have a song, and in the song, I think it's called A Main Ingredient, he goes, better than the original who first made it. And when you're sampling music, I want you to make it better than the original, or else just don't touch it. Because if the original is bod, then just leave it. So now, if you have Coming to America, which is bod,
great movie.
If you're gonna touch it, then touch it. Mm-hmm. Don't brush it.
So what did you think? Did you think they touched it, or they look like they brushed it, or what?
I don't like talking negatively about black stuff when in front of non-blacks. I don't like doing that.
It's entertainment.
You're still gonna get a rating. You're still gonna get the rating at the end of the thing that I'm saying. You're still gonna get a rating, but like I don't like talking negatively. I would say that it's very predictable.
Okay.
I would say that a lot of the themes that are enforced in it are fictitious. It's a fictional movie.
Of course.
I know that the delusion of, yes, the top tier guy is gonna leave his surround. Well, actually, that's not a delusion. Meghan Markle. What are you talking about? It's not a delusion. The prince might come and find the one still, in wherever surroundings. We've seen it, right?
I don't want to give too much of the movie away.
But that was in the first movie. They know the first movie.
No, but let me say this about this one. Like you're saying about some of the messaging. I didn't like the way, the story of how Akeem's son came about. I won't say how, but I wasn't a fan of that in terms of...
I didn't mind that part.
Family structure.
I didn't mind that.
Why does it always got to be like that for the black guy? Stuff like that. That's how I was
feeling.
Dude,
I'm
not looking for morality from Hollywood, but I'm just saying.
There's certain things that are realistic. And in the realistic aspects, like, shit happens, and men that are... men that are on the top...
The way they wrote it, really?
Bro, for the what you're talking about, right? For that specific. Because the way they wrote it, it's like, you didn't take no time.
To write that.
This was like when rappers do Matt Bad Cat Hat Fast. Like, that is not, hey, Moon, Juice, Platoon, Baboon, Cocoon. We can do this all day.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just the way they wrote it was a bit lazy.
Dark Park. We can do it all day.
Get it, man.
Okay? So, you see, I have no problem with that part of how his son was conceived. I have no problem with that, really. Because the top dudes, they be out here. And they have the option. So I don't see that as being the issue. However, I do see this as being an issue. The portrayal of the mother. The portrayal of the family. Now, I don't like to say this.
I'm with you.
But see, Tracy Morgan.
I'm with you.
You need to stop. Tracy Morgan, you need to stop. It's not funny anymore. That shit ain't funny no more, bro. It's not funny no more. You're way over exaggerating. This is not like CB4 was CB4. You don't need to be CB4 in everything you do, bro.
Well, that's his thing, man. So not a fan of Tracy Morgan.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you're not a fan of
at all. I don't find him funny at all.
Tell me how you really feel.
At all. And
that's how I feel about Kevin Hart.
I don't wish you bad.
That's my Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is the worst.
Kevin Hart is not. In my opinion, Kevin Hart is not worse than Tracy Morgan.
No, Kevin Hart is not.
Tracy Morgan is the same guy every single time I see him.
All right, fine. Kevin Hart's better than him as an
Tracy Morgan is an Adam Sandler.
True.
But Adam Sandler has Jewish money behind him. That's that for that. So now,
what are we giving
for the movie?
Yeah, what are we giving it?
I give Eddie Murphy.
No, man, give me
a
the
thumbs up
of the movie.
I give the movie a mediocres. There's no mighty oaks on this one. So you get a mediocres. Okay, that's what you gave it. I'll give it.
What are you giving it?
A mediocres.
What's the number out of 10?
We're not numerically judging this one because I do not diss black people in front of black people, generally speaking.
All right, let me give you my opinion because I'm highly emotional about this movie. Greatest movie of all time, #1.
He said 5. You can rock with that.
I'm going to give the movie a 4, right? I'll give it a 4. I really love the way they brought some of those characters back. But I'll give it a 4.
Something like that. But I would still have went to the movie theater to see it.
Me too.
Okay?
For sure.
I still would have
might have dressed up.
No. No, I will never do that. But I still would have went to the movie theater to see it because it's Eddie Murphy and I support black business. And if I'm going to buy the bullshit, I might as well buy black. So that's that for that one. Now, the second movie that we're going to deal with is Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay.
So this is a movie about Fred Hampton. I seen a movie many years ago, a documentary called The Murder of Fred Hampton, many years ago. And that touched me on levels. Because I didn't know that Fred Hampton...
How long ago did you watch that?
20 years at least.
Wow. So, bro, you knew about this 20 years ago? That's crazy.
People that know me as Nafir Nunn know that I was part of a hub that used to bring up a lot of different speakers, guest speakers, and whatnot for youth to interact with, right? So I have a lot of DVDs, like a lot of documentaries, like over 3,000 in my collection, whatever. So I watched The Murder of Fred Hampton, and he was 21.
Couldn't believe that, man.
And this dude was saying the things. Like, this guy was so sharp, and he understood what was going on. And you see, as you get older, the don't give a shit starts to settle in, okay?
He had
and he didn't have, no, I mean the don't give a shit about the movement. I just want to be happy. When you start hitting certain ages, that starts to come in and nestle in tough, okay? So you see, in your 20s, when you have all this energy and the knowledge, you're a dangerous person. And so as we were saying earlier, when you're that dangerous, they just... change the channel.
That's why
change the channel.
That is why I was mentioning that earlier. Now, as a movie, because remember it's a movie review. This is more emotional to me than Eddie Murphy, obviously.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
This movie, man. I think the movie was well done.
I think it was very well done. I think the actors were brilliant.
I think the actors were very good. I like his wife. She was a brilliant actress.
Yes, sure. I
mean, at parts it was a bit slow. At parts it was a bit slow in terms of, you know what I mean? It's a documentary. It's not a documentary style movie. It's not like an action movie.
I appreciated that he actually dealt with her properly. I really, and that she dealt with him. She was really his backbone. Right. I really appreciated that. I love seeing that. Mm-hmm. The thing that was kind of weird for me was that it was through the eyes of the snitch. That was kind of weird for me. Now, I understand it's Hollywood, and I understand that in order to get the message across, you have to frame it in certain ways, which is not necessarily the most strategic to our advantage. I understand. So I get it, okay? And that said, I still think the movie was great. I thought it was a really good movie. And I think that the guys, their acting was impeccable. I think that...
So it was basically the two guys from Get Out. The guy that was a star of Get Out and
the guy who got washed up in Get Out.
When he took his picture and he went crazy. Get out of here! Yeah, that guy.
And that guy again played a guy that's... And they said that he had to go to counseling for this. Okay?
Bro, now, of course he had to go to counseling, man.
Why?
Yo, these actors, I'm not an actor.
I'm not an actor, so I don't know.
They immersed themselves in the character.
Yeah,
but still... He must have watched that guy's documentary 1,000,000 times to try to get into his character.
If I play I'm Superman the whole time, I'm not jumping off the building to fly.
Right.
But I'm not an actor. My sister would know much better about that.
They sell themselves into it, man.
Big up Stardoming, just 1-2 plug, here we go.
He did such a great job, though, man. Both of them did a great job.
Amazing job.
Great job.
The whole cast was amazing.
It
was amazing.
Who was the director?
I can't recall,
okay,
unfortunately. You know what? That's going to be a task I'm going to get for you, okay? Just make sure you put the director's note.
Yeah, I'll put the director's name on there.
I think that it was a very well done movie. And in my opinion, if you're going to watch Hollywood movies, that is one to watch. The documentary about the murder of Fred Hampton is a little bit more informative.
I want to see that.
However,
you still have that?
Of course, it's right there in the case.
Okay,
the back there.
Yeah,
but we can watch it after we're done this.
Yeah. Cool.
But you need that. Well, I say I don't like telling people what they need to do or what need not to do. But that movie is a definite must see in my opinion, and I give that movie 2 mighty oaks.
Okay, what
they
number?
Get the mighty oaks.
What's number out of 10?
Easily 8.
Right.
Easily.
I'm with that. I'm with 8. I go 8.
Maybe 8.5.
I go 8.
You know what I mean?
Solid.
Easily.
A bit slow, like I said at parts, but good. Really good.
There's a lot of slow dramas. There's lots of slow dramas.
I'm just giving it for what it is.
Acting wise, you guys get like 9+, bro. You guys get 9+. That was a wicked acting job.
Hey, I'm not even gonna. I don't even know if I should say it.
No, say it, man. We're already doing it.
He's an English dude, bro.
Bro.
He's English. England English. I said, hold on, man.
But don't you find it interesting how the ones from Britain can do the American accent pretty easily?
What they said is that they just carry out their vowels. They just hold their vowels instead of cutting them short. That's what he said when they asked him.
I think they just talk like niggas.
Yeah.
or whatever. They're lower
very
class.
Well spoken.
You know
I don't know about that.
They just talk like the lower class. They talk like the projects. You know what I mean? The ones who are in Section 8. They just study Section 8.
But even in Get Out, he did a good. He wasn't really ghetto.
Bro, they just study in Section 8. No?
Well, great movie.
I'm just playing, man. You know what I mean? I'm just playing. Great. I think it was a very good movie. I give it 8, 8.5. Acting 9, solid. Okay? Right. So that's that for that one. The next movie up for review is a movie that came out a little while ago, and it's called American Skin. Bro.
Well, American Skin, I can't review this one because I started it and I didn't finish it. So you take this one. Bro. I just turned it off.
Bro. You turned it off?
Yeah. I couldn't watch it, man. I just...
No way. So, now, this movie here... Bro. This movie here is directed by the guy that did Birth of a Nation, the Nat Turner movie. And I was like, you know what?
Never seen that one.
It's pretty good.
I've never seen that one.
But I was like, you know what? It's probably going to be decent if it's just that guy. However, the timing of it, there was a lot of racial tension. So it's like, why are you bringing this movie out right now? Interesting. Who else is involved? Spike Lee.
Oh, that's why I turned it off. Spike Lee did something? I don't want to see it.
So now I'm like, I will check again. I don't like knocking black people in front of non-blacks. I don't know who watches the station. But I don't like dissing black people publicly. I don't like doing it. I think it's counterproductive in general, strategically. Okay. However, Spike Lee, bro, what are you dealing with, man? Like, so okay. The premise of the movie is this. A premise that we're very familiar with.
Yeah. Too familiar with.
Black youth gets murdered by cops.
Oh, yeah.
Now, his father, which happened to be Nate Parker, was in the military. Maybe I think it was special ops or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so he's a bad man. And his friends are a bunch of bad men. He was trying to show his son, listen, just deal with the law properly and be respectful and you'll be okay. And they murked his son, the Merkaloids. They murked his son. So now he's like, I'm not taking this. Gets his man together. Pulls up on the cop that shot his kid. And I'm like, oh, for real? Watch the movie.
I didn't even get that far, but go on.
For real? You didn't get that far?
No, just tell me. Now you're telling me the movie. I don't mind.
For real.
Yeah, tell me.
So he pulls up on dude, snatches him. Come here. scorpion style.
Okay.
So now he snatches him up. So I'm like, for real, this is gonna be serious. And he takes him to the police station.
He takes the cop that shot his
son to the police station.
Okay.
And takes over the police station. So I'm
I should have watched
this.
Real. Man.
I'm like, for real.
I should have watched
You guys are
this
on
shit.
things right now. Because you didn't.
Yo, you forgot to mention Ghost from Powers in it, bro. My G.
Why?
All right. Anyway,
Why did
I'm hoping now he does some crazy shit. Go on. Tell the rest.
I don't even remember Ghost in the movie like that.
I lie. Go on.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not the only one who turned it off, dog. Okay? So now you're coming to the part where I turned it off.
Okay.
So they take over the precinct. Now they can really do some things now.
Wow.
So I'm like, for real, let's see what they do. You know what they do? You know what they do? Take a guess. Culture Rich TV. Take a guess. What do they do?
If this is Hollywood and Spike Lee, I never watched it. I'm gonna guess that they don't kill nobody and apologize and come out the station like some bitches.
This is why Culture Rich TV is a serious guy. Now, that's not exactly what happened, and I can't tell you what exactly happened. I can tell you what came up to the point that I turned it off.
This is the worst movie review ever.
It actually isn't, though. This is the best movie review because it's going to stop you from wasting time.
True.
Because you can't get it back.
Yeah.
So now, after you take over the station, how the cop here, yo.
Did he kill? He didn't kill the cop, no?
Yeah, the cop here, yo.
Gun to the head, nothing.
Everybody, yo. Everybody.
Ready.
And you turn the precinct into a mock courtroom so you can ask the cops, why do you treat our children like this?
Jesus Christ.
At that point.
That's when you turned it up. You're better than me, bro.
Because, well, you see, there's certain parts of it that I was falling asleep in and I was doing stuff, like, you know what I mean? So it wasn't fresh because I was like, this seems weird.
Like I said, worst movie review ever.
But like, bro, what do you want?
It's a shit movie.
What do you want?
It's just a shit movie, bro.
And guess who I blame for this nonsense?
I don't know why Ghost is in there.
It's not Nate I blame for this. I blame you, Spike.
Spike Lee, man.
Spike. You need to do with Q, like the same thing that, stop it.
Stop.
You're good now. You wear your weirdo glasses and shit. I don't know why you have to make them weirdo glasses, but you wear it with weirdo glasses that make shit flicks. So cut it out. So that movie gets...
What are we giving that? I can't give it a...
You're not getting a mediocre.
No,
you're not getting a mighty oaks. You're getting a fuck out of here. That's what you get. Fuck out of here.
I'm going to finish it, and then in a future review, I'll give it, to be fair. I don't think we can rate it until we see the whole movie. You understand? But from what I've seen and from what the content you've even told me, I'm giving that shit a 2. The acting was kind of not that great.
They get a 2 from me too.
Yeah. The acting
they get these 2.
Yeah.
Now there's another thing that I wanted to make sure that I highlight. We were talking earlier about making sure that we give our peers and our respected people the flowers while they can still smell them. So that's what I want to do right now. So we're going to talk about some Black-owned companies, platforms, businesses that I respect that I think that you might see some value in. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the first platform that I want to talk about is Urban X TV. Brother Black Dot and Brother Malcolm. You guys are doing a tremendous job making sure that the current events are being dissected in a manner which has esoteric value, exoteric value, a bit of comedy. You're doing the thing, man. You're doing a superior podcast. You also help me out as well. You know what I mean? Like you big me up here and there, and I gotta make sure that I big you guys up. Yeah, because who knows how big my platform's gonna get, but you know we're in the superior store. So it might become a superior thing.
It will.
Well, I say might because I'm talking about might. Not talking about maybe. We're talking about might. Yeah. So now, Black Dot, I've rocked with you for many years. It's probably been at least 15 years that we've known each other now. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling the people, you gotta check this podcast out. Urban X TV. Just look at it. on YouTube. I believe they have a Instagram channel as well.
We'll link it.
We'll link it in the bio, and we'll link it underneath the screen here somewhere in the vicinity. Okay. Urban X TV, superior salute. Kudos to you guys. The next company, business platform that I want to big up, superior style, is Abba and Preach. Check them out on YouTube. They do a lot of reaction videos and commentary, social commentary. And one of the gentlemen, Preach, I dealt with him a couple of times when I went down to Montreal for Taste of the Caribbean, where I was featured with Jazzy Jewels. And when you want your semi-precious stone jewelry and whatnot, waist beads, necklaces, etc., check out Jazzy Jewels. But Preach was always a humble, cool, funny dude. And he has swag. And it was just always cool. It was just cool vibes. I enjoyed interacting with him. Now, they have a podcast. And they just reached 1 million subscribers.
Oh, wow, that's good, man.
That's amazing.
That's good.
That's amazing. So we big up Abba and Preach. There's certain things, Abba, that I don't agree with completely. But I think that the way that you handle and dissect the things that you deal with, the items that you deal with, I think it is very professional, and I think it's on the top tier. I think you guys are going to do some great work. Not even. I think you guys have done great work and are going to continue to do great work. And I think there's a TV show waiting for you guys. I think that you guys are going to be hitting hard very soon. The way they bounce off each other is really, really spectacular. It's a superior vibes. So check out Abba and Preach. We're going to link their information here. I don't know the Facebook and all that stuff, but I know Abba and Preach on YouTube. Check them out. So this concludes another week of the AlphaMail Monday podcast. I know I've been away from you guys for a while. You know, we had some issues or whatever with the COVID nonsense. We're back, okay? And we plan on doing this regular. Every Monday, as long as we can. And
always giving thanks, yeah, man.
Every time. Superior style with a smile. Want to make sure that we give you guys the acknowledgement that you guys deserve. You tuned in, and they say that those who hear are already listening.
We love you.
So we love you. We hope whenever you leave here, you learn something. And make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can even dislike or whatever. Just engagements. Engagements is what we like. I'm not too familiar with all of these things yet. I'm not that techie guy. And I want to do the lives as soon as I can.
Yeah, we will.
But for now, this is going to be the way it's done.
Love you.
Bro, we love you. Peace, power, and positive vibes.